That's right. Ben. Are you there for Micha Mocha? That's it. Okay. And then
Let me make sure I got that in the right order.
and then let
So
there
that comes after the Hashkivenu?
no,
That's
that comes
before the Hashkivenu.
before, after Shema V'Ahavta, that's on page 40. Before let there be love.
After the Avad Olam, right? The Shema, then Micha.
There you go.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, so that's X. Okay. Right. Then the Hashkivenu.
No.
What? No. After
Well,
the Micha Mocha is the
Yeah, it's let there
Hashkivenu.
be love Hashkivenu, right? We're doing both,
Yeah.
yes.
I
You're
just
right,
call it the
you're right.
Hashkivenu.
Yeah,
Right. And then the Vishamru.
correct.
So it's this one. Tell me if I got the right one. Right?
Yes, that's right.
And then right? Okay.
No, it's not, unfortunately. That's what I've been told. We'll try to motor through this because the roof is being fixed. You can open that door, sure. But I mean, because the roof is being fixed, we're not allowed to use the air conditioning, and for some reason, we're not allowed to open the doors. And it's hot,
Well,
so we will.
the congregants can get in. Oh, you're already here.
Yes,
Okay, so then the Adonai Svatai just wants
Right,
to.
right.
Akadosh, no problem.
Okay,
Odim,
no problem.
no problem. Yehuda Sonas.
Once. That's right. Very good.
Right?
Yep. And then after we have the speaker, the
And then
Misha
Misha
Berach
Berach.
in A.
Right, and then. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then my.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
We're good.
Okay. All right, let's give a couple minutes and then we start.
That's quick service, right?
We know what we're doing.
Okay, so I'll give you a heads up. You might as well not sit there because I'm going to have to move forward. And the reason why is because Aaron's going to be up here sometimes, he's going to be there sometimes, and I'm going to be mostly over here.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. 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 La 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. 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 La 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 la. La 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 la.
Well, again, welcome to everybody, and welcome to those online. I hope the streaming's going. We don't have control over that. And Aaron and I are doing this service tonight, and just welcome to everybody. Welcome to everybody. We're going to sing one more song, and then we're going to light Shabbat candles. Okay? Anything else you want me to say?
No.
So this is actually Hine Matov, which is, you know, how lovely it is to sit with our brothers, right? And this is actually a song that I wrote a while ago.
Hine matov umanaim. Hine matov umanaim. Sheverachim matov matov. Sheverachim gam yachad. Hine matov imanaim. Hine matov umanaim. Sheverachim matov matov. Sheverachim gam yachad. Gam yachad. Hine matov umanaim. Hine matov umanaim. Sheverachim. Sheverachim. Sheverachim gam yachad. Hine matov umanaim. Hine matov umanaim. Sheverachim matov matov. Sheverachim gam yachad. Sheverachim matov matov. Sheverachim gam yachad. Gam yachad. Gam yachad.
Just to interrupt things, I'm going to make us a little late in the sound system.
You know, back in the day, it was the priests that were doing something, you know, that no one could understand up at the altar. And now, 2,000 years later, somebody goes to,
So I have this lantern with a candle.
yeah.
Helps me see the sound wave. Okay. The way we've organized the service, mostly because I love to listen to Aaron on the piano, is he's going to be at the piano for all the beginning of the service, and then he's going to move up here, and I'm going to switch to guitar. So, Sine Matov. Oh, candle lighting. Would anybody like to volunteer to light candles?
Ellen, Beth, B minor. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you. Now we do a Kiddush and we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, so, right. So next comes Lecha Dodi, and you do that, you look around, you find somebody you don't know, you introduce yourself. For all of you who I don't know or who I don't remember I know, I'm dead. And so get up, introduce yourself to somebody you don't know, and then we'll come back and sing Lecha Dodi. So apologies on that. I was reminded that I should be announcing the page numbers for the words so that you can sing along. I apologize, we missed that in the beginning. So this is Lecha Dodi. It's on pages 20 and 21.
We cannot turn on the fan.
I mean, we can. It's
You
gonna
can turn the
make
fan
noise.
on, but the fans are extremely loud. So you better sing really loud if we're going to put the fans on. No, we're in a difficult situation right now because the roof has been damaged. It needs to be fixed. For some reason, the air conditioning should not be run while the roof is being fixed. The fans are loud and not that effective. So we're suffering like the Jewish people of old. And so we will do that together, and we'll try to hurry. All right, please rise.
Okay, so Lecha Dodi on pages 20 and 21.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmianu elam yuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shem ol tiferet v'litchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'neilcha
כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם ניסוחה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלם ועטרת בעלה עם בשמחה ובצהלה באמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה
Aaron, you want to say something about Shalom Aleichem, just in general, the translation and stuff? So
This is how we greet the ministering angels, because we believe that Shabbat has some magical significance, and these are our guests. Shalom Aleichem, page 24. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We turn to the transition prayer between the Kabbalat Shabbat and the beginning of our prayer service on page 26. Chatzi Kaddish, please rise. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, uvisman kariv, vimeru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam olam me'almaya, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitbar, v'yitroman, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha b'richu, le'la min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma, v'imeru, Amen. We turn to page 28. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. You may be seated. We continue on page 31. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Amahariv Aravim. And we continue on page 32. That's it. Avat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Havta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, V'shochbeinu uvkumeinu, Nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu, v'yorech yameinu, Uvahem neged yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. V'yavatecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Either seated or standing, as is your custom. Shema begins on page 34. Mateo?
Shema
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Ve'avta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu ha'advarim ha'elech asher anochi Mitzavecha hayom alevavecha vishinantam levanecha vidibarta bam b'shivcha beitecha uvleftecha vaderech ushochbecha uvkumecha Ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot ueyerecha al dekaptam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskaru vasitem ekol mitzvotai V'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher hotzeiti ethem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
When's your bar mitzvah?
The 11th of October.
October 11th, ladies and gentlemen. We're on page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be at one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice, as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Michamocha, page 40. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha ne'edar b'kodesh Nora tehiloto sefele, Nora tehiloto sefele. Malchutecha ra'uvanecha, Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'lianu v'yamru, Ze'lianu v'yamru. Adonai iloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai ilo le'olam va'ed. V'namar ki v'ad Adonai et Yaakov, u'gal amiyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, gal Yisrael. Continue on page, actually on page first 43 and then 42. It's in English and in Hebrew. And we're singing, Let There Be Love, Hashkivenu. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkiveinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkiveinu, L'shalom. Hashkiveinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkiveinu, L'shalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Shkiveinu L'shalom. Let there be love. I don't know what you're doing. Standing among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkiveinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkiveinu, L'shalom. Oh, that part. Oh, wow. Haporei Sukkot Shalom. Adom Aleinu, Yal Kol Amo Yisrael. Baruch Atah, Atah Adonai, Haporei Sukkot Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, Yal Kol Amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim, shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim, Shalom. Baruch Atah, Atah Adonai Haporei Sukkot Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Amo Yisrael. Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Amo Yisrael. We continue with Vishamru on page 44. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam ritolam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'nafash, Shabbat v'nafash, Shabbat v'nafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam brit olam. Come to the central part of our prayer, the Tefillah, which begins on page 46. Please rise. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufiyagi Tehilatecha, Ufiyagi Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imaot, u'mevii Geula livnei v'neihem, Liman Shemo B'Yava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Zara, Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayei Akol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei Akol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umidam Elach, Melech Memi, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'nan atah lachayot ha'akol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh ha'akol. Atah kadosh, v'shimcha kadosh. Atah kadosh, v'shimcha kadosh. Ukedoshim b'chol yom, Ya'alelu chasela, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Continue on page 55. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We continue on page 58. Modim anachnu lach she'ata hu modim anachnu lach Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu le'olam le'olam va'ed modim anachnu lach she'ata hu modim anachnu lach Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Imoteinu le'olam le'olam va'ed. Now take a few moments for your own silent prayer, either on pages 62 or 63 or in your own heart, and then you may be seated. You liratzon imrefi ve'yon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri Goali. Our daughter, Rabbi Sarah's weekly message for her synagogue, Temple Beth Torah, starts like this. Dear friends, this week's Torah portion, Re'eh, includes a sobering reminder. For there will never cease to be needy ones in your land, which is why I command you, open your hand to the poor and needy kin in your land. Deuteronomy 15:11. While we certainly hope to prove the Torah wrong, in the meantime, caring for the needy is one of Judaism's highest priorities and most deeply held values. The early rabbis instituted two social safety nets, the kuppah, or weekly distribution of tzedakah, and the tam chui, or daily collection of food for the needy. Everyone in the community was obligated to contribute to these collections, even those who also received from them. The kuppah in particular was seen as absolutely necessary for a community. It's listed as one of the 10 things that are required for a Torah scholar to agree to live in a city, along with other necessities like a synagogue, a school, and a doctor. And according to the great medieval scholar Maimonides, we have never seen nor heard of a Jewish community that does not have a kuppah for charity. According to Jewish tradition, a community that doesn't have the mechanism for feeding the needy residents isn't really a community at all. And in that light, we're welcoming Amanda Bregel this evening. Amanda leads the community outreach department at the Food Depot, Northern New Mexico's food bank. Since 2006, she has held leadership roles in community nonprofit and policy organizations. As communications director, she uplifts and supports hunger relief partners by sharing their stories and mobilizing community support. She also helps secure critical resources for New Mexico's food security network through strategic fundraising and advocacy. A proud National Board certified teacher, Amanda spent more than a decade teaching high school English in rural North Carolina, an experience that deepened her commitment to community and social justice. In 2021, she moved to New Mexico to continue her work in nonprofit leadership at the Food Depot. We welcome you, Amanda.
Thank you, Erin. So it is such an honor to speak to you all tonight and to be so warmly welcomed. I've spoken at a lot of places, but I don't know if I've ever received so many emails saying, "We're so excited you're coming, we're so excited you're coming." So I just really am so glad to be here tonight. And I grew up in a faith tradition, and I have fond memories of two things that related to that. One was food. There was always food. And I hear there's delicious food after this, so I'm excited. But there was always, potluck and meals after choir practice, or I'm gonna admit when I was little, I was very excited about the donuts we always had after church. But there was always food. There was always community, community that took action. I slept on church benches when I would go to the Gulf Coast after disasters. My first pantry I ever ran was in the basement of a very rural church in North Carolina, in a holler, if you're familiar with that word. But faith communities are powerful places. They do a lot for their community, and so we are always so grateful for our faith communities that work with the Food Depot, and I'm so thankful to be able to share with you tonight. And really, lately, people have been asking us a lot of questions because life feels really treacherous right now. People are asking us things like, what's going on with SNAP? Is everyone going to lose their benefits? Are there going to be any hospitals left at all in New Mexico? Are food lines longer? How will you do anything without funding? And those questions are very legitimate, and they're scary, and times are really treacherous. And honestly, the Food Depot's kind of basic answer to those, or I guess the easier answer, is for us to really rely on what we always have relied on when times have been tough, and that goes back to what I was just talking about with my childhood, which is community, and then food. So we have food at the Food Depot, of course, good food. We distribute 10 million pounds of food each year. A lot of that is healthy food. Over 60% is fruits and vegetables. So food is really important to us, but even more than food are the different people that help make our work possible. So we have volunteers, more than 500 of them. We have partners, nonprofit partners, almost 100 of those. We have healthcare partners that help us keep people healthy through food as medicine programs. We have advocate partners in the New Mexico legislature. We have donors, of course. Then we have staff members. There are over 500 food security sites in New Mexico that are part of the Hunger Relief Network. And all of those happen because of a community in action, making sure food gets to people. So I am going to share a little bit of those numbers tonight, a little bit about that, but I also brought a lot of papers that have numbers on them, and those are in the pew over there, so I encourage you to pick one up. And so I'm not going to rattle off all of our stats, but I did bring some copies of our annual report, which is also on our website, in our little summary page for the year. So please take one of those if you're really curious. Check out our website. We have a short film on there. But numbers are important. We do a lot, but more than the numbers that we do, what's important is the people that we work with and the people that we serve. And so I wanted to share a few stories tonight about our work at the Food Depot that really show the importance of community and then the food that we distribute. So the first is about a little boy named Jerry. He grew up with a single mom. She walked to the grocery store every single month to use their SNAP dollars. That was their primary source of income for food. They would walk to the store. He remembers walking back with their bags after very carefully calculating the total at the checkout, and then stretching that food for the entire month to feed their family. They never had a car. They always walked to the store, and he survived on SNAP dollars his entire life. And that is why he works at the Food Depot. He's now the Director of Transportation, and he makes sure our fleet travels 400,000 miles a year to deliver food to northern New Mexicans. And that's why we do what we do, because many of our staff members have experiences with food insecurity themselves. We have partners like Sherry up in Taos, who run massive drive-throughs across Taos County to feed hundreds and hundreds of people a month. We do what we do because of a man named Rusty, who just opened our very, very first pantry ever that we've had a partner with in rural Clayton. I don't know if anyone's ever been there. It's on the border between Texas and New Mexico. Most people there drive to Amarillo to do anything, but it's a rural town. The Food Depot has been around for 30 years. We have never had a brick and mortar pantry in the small town of Clayton, never. We've always trucked food up there, had a drop and go distribution once a month, because there wasn't the infrastructure to have a nonprofit partner there. About 2 years ago, a man named Rusty said, I think I have a building. We went and toured it. It was not safe for food. He worked for 18 months to procure grants, to work with us to get a fridge. We gave them a walk-in fridge. He renovated this building, and he, just in the past 3 months, got his first food order, started distributing food in Clayton. He's serving 500 families a week in Clayton, because he believed in the power of giving food to his community, and that's amazing. We have partners all over northern New Mexico and in Santa Fe. In Santa Fe, we work with organizations like St. Elizabeth's Shelters, Many Mothers. They have a pantry for new moms. We're partnered with the community college. We have a pantry in the community college, one in the college in Las Vegas, in northern New Mexico College in Espanola. So all of those connections make us feel hopeful in times like right now, when we're really not sure what's totally going to happen with SNAP and decisions on the federal level. We know that things are going to get worse, lines are going to get longer, people's eligibility is in jeopardy, but our strong network of people and community support will keep things going. I have hope because of people like Charlie. He's our Volunteer of the Month. Please don't tell anyone, because it's not released yet. He's going to be Volunteer of the Month for September. But it was his birthday today, and he came to the Food Depot on his birthday for us to celebrate a little bit with him. And he comes to our fresh room 3 days a week to sort donations from grocery stores. Our grocery stores are a partner. They give us 2 million pounds a year that we sort through and make sure that the food is still good for people to eat before it's distributed to our partners. But people like Charlie and our other volunteers make us hopeful when things are tough. And so really when life gets really stressful, when decisions are chaotic in the world we live in, it's actually kind of easy for me to find peace, which I really love about this building and your name is, this is a place of peace. And for all the chaos that can happen at the Food Depot with trucks and pallet jacks and forklifts and all the volunteers and our staff, it can be a place of peace because people are in there sorting food, packaging potatoes, putting food into trunks in a car line, and it really fills you with peace when you can see people in action doing something. And the partners I mentioned tonight, our volunteers, our staff members, even our clients, it can give you a sense of grounding when you can talk to a client and she can say, I came here today because I'm raising my grandchildren. New Mexico has one of the highest rates for kinship care in the United States. When a client can come and say, I'm raising my grandchildren, I'm picking up food today, and we can confidently say, because of our donors and partners, this is food for you, it's healthy, you can come to this site tomorrow, next week, and pick up food again. So really, the Hunger Relief Network in New Mexico is strong. It's not going anywhere. It hasn't through COVID and other disasters, other presidential terms, if I may be so bold. And really, with the community, we will keep on making a difference and moving forward towards the hunger-free future. And there are things that everybody can do to help. So we have 4 things that we say to people who want to help the Food Depot, that you can learn, donate, advocate, and volunteer. And the biggest thing that you can do is really tell someone that you know about the Food Depot. We've had amazing things happen when someone says, hey, I know that you have this business, you should think about sponsoring this event. Or the movie that's on our website was made because someone said to their friend, hey, you make movies, why don't you make one for the Food Depot? And then it won an Emmy Award, and it's brought so much awareness to our food bank. So telling people about the Food Depot, taking a couple sheets home with you, take a magnet and give it to someone else if you don't really want it. But tell people about the Food Depot and what we do in northern New Mexico. Then you can advocate for us. We are supported by the New Mexico legislature, but that only happened because so many people wrote them last session and said, please keep food bank funding in the budget. Please keep food bank funding in the budget. So we do advocacy trainings. We advocate during sessions. We're trying to advocate during the special session that might be coming up to protect SNAP. So we like to say at the Food Depot, hunger is a policy choice, because every policy choice will either increase people in a food line or decrease the number of people in a food line. So you can advocate with us. You can volunteer. You're by yourself or with a group. You can tell your child's school to come volunteer, or your grandkid's school to volunteer. And then, of course, if you feel so inclined, you can donate somehow. $1 does provide 4 meals at the Food Depot. So all of those ways really make the Hunger Relief Network as a whole strong in New Mexico. It strengthens what we're doing in our 9 counties. It keeps food into our clients' trunks. It keeps our partners' shelves filled. And then when something does happen that does rock the boat, we can stay strong on the path that we were focused on, which is feeding people. That's our main goal. No matter what's going to happen, we are focused on feeding people healthy food, and we need all of your help. So it's a pleasure to be able to kind of come tonight and tell you a little bit about what we do. And if you have questions, I am staying for the owning. So please ask me anything you've ever wanted to know about the Food Depot. No question is too weird. And I'm not fazed by the heat because I just feel like I'm at a food distribution in the afternoon. So no worries there. But is it okay if I read one of the quotes at the bottom of this? Yep. Is that, I didn't want to offend if I wasn't allowed. Okay, so there was one of the pages that we looked at tonight, there was a quote on the bottom that I thought was very appropriate for a night when we're talking about being part of a community in action. But it says, spread the love of God through your actions. If you yourself study and help others to do so, if your business activities are decent and trustworthy, what will people say? Have you seen the behavior of one who studies Torah? How beautiful, what a fine person. Thus Isaiah taught, you are my servant Israel, I will be glorified through you. And then the quote above it says, when people come to you for help, do not turn them off with pious words saying, have faith and take your troubles to God. Act instead as if there were no God, as if there were only one person in the whole world who could help, only yourself. And that's a beautiful thought. We don't have to only help by yourself because we're a community, and when we come together, amazing things happen. But I love the idea of saying, I can help, and we're always looking for help and welcoming help and appreciative for help at the Food Depot, and what you do will definitely make a difference. So thank you so much for having me, and I hope to see you all in the future. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Amanda. You do wonderful work, and the Food Depot is a great organization, and then probably all of us already support it, and will support it some more.
I was just going to comment that when we have people over for dinner or when we have parties at our house, we say, don't bring a dessert, don't bring a little tchotchke thing or whatever, bring non-perishable foods, right? And then we collect them and we bring them over to the Home Depot.
No, not to the Home Depot. That's the problem. Continuing our service on page 253, when we think about those who are in need of healing in body and spirit. Misha Barach. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. This week, we remember in our hearts and pray for healing in body and spirit. Ellen Zieselman, David Jaffe, Lori Vandervelde, Joyce Ruderman, Joyce Weiser, Jane Hochberg, Ozzie Eli Witter-Zulka, Mick Brown, Katie Bush, Dana Densmore, Jane Buxbaum, Carl Stallnacher, Ellen Lowenberg, Stephen Sherry Harwitt, Jean Simonoff, Frank Remmert, Carol Rudman, Gary Polkowitz, Leslie Karasik, Jane Lyons, David Thurman, Bob Tucker, Jim Simmons, Catherine Werner, Simon Tyroller, Sophie Hochberg-Farrer, Jerry Steinberg, Faggy Marks, Sandra Levine, Martha Ramirez, Marcia Landry. If there's anybody else you're remembering today for healing, please say their name. Mi sheberach imoteinu mikor habracha liavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Please rise for Elenu on page 283. I can. There's a key inside. I now know where it is. I could do it right now. Should I? All right.
He's praying that the keys work.
It's like those priests I was talking about. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, v'tekiru la'liotzer breshit, shehu sam helkeinu le'achet et shemo, Vigor aleinu leamlich malchuto, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu noteh shamayim v'yosed haaretz, u'moshe v'karo b'shamayim imal, u'shchinatu zo, Ushchinatu zo, v'govei meromim, hu Eloheinu einod, emet malkeinu, efesulato, kakatuv, v'torato, v'yadata hayom, v'hashevota elevavecha, ki Adonai hu Elohim, Bashamayim mimal, v'aretz mitachat einod. 287. V'nemar v'Adonai v'melech al kol haaretz, hayom hahu, Ushimo echad. Please be seated. We're on 292. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear. But if we dwell too long on our loss, we embitter our hearts and harm ourselves and those about us. The psalmist said that in his affliction he learned the law of God. And in truth, grief is a great teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silent in their presence, and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they are gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live as, in their higher moments, they themselves wish to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. On 295, think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we've drawn into our hearts with our own. I'll read the names of those who are listed, and afterwards, if you are in mourning or observing Yortzeit, please stand and say the name. This week we observed the Shloshim of Carl Ray and Catherine Brown Werner, the Yortzeit of Lucille Adolph, James Bell, Herb Davidson, Andrea Doran, Harlan Fine, Helen Blum Grunstein, Betty Messer, Oscar Pinsky, Morris Polkowitz, Frieda Rosen, Marjorie Weiler-Schaefer, Marion Weisberg. Does anybody else who's observing Yortzeit please say their name? Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for blessing. Please, the rest of the congregation, stand and join our mourners in support and saying Kaddish on page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'galav v'isman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'almei olmaya, Barak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh Vitadar, Vitalev, Vitalal, Shemei, Dekucha, Barichu, Leila min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'alma v'yamru amen. Yehi shloma rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'yamru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'yamru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'yamru amen. You can be seated. We're concluding our service with Adon Olam on page 321. But before that, there are announcements, which I even remembered, but Meredith's not. You want? No, you have to do them all. You are designated president.
Okay,
for
good.
this
Here I
evening.
am,
So
sure.
make sure you go in front of
Okay.
us, because one or the other.
Yeah, all right. Shabbat Shalom. My name's Ellen Zieselman. I'm the youth director here at Temple Beth Shalom. Thank you, Aaron and Fred, for a beautiful service. Thank you for coming and talking about the Food Depot. It's one of my favorite organizations in town. And if you don't know, the Food Depot, I believe right now is doing a big neighborhood food drive, so you should go on their website and see if your neighborhood is participating. And if it is, you should donate. And if it's not, you should sign it up to participate, because it's one of the best ways to get more of the community involved. All right, here are the announcements. Tomorrow, Torah study at 9 a.m. live and on Zoom. The link for Zoom is on our website, which is sftbs.org. The topic is idolatrous city. Should be fun. Rabbi Neil will lead a text-based discussion exploring why the rabbis insist that there never was and never will be an idolatrous city like the one mentioned in this week's Torah portion, and what it means for Torah to share a mitzvah that can never be fulfilled. That's at 9 o'clock. Shabbat services tomorrow at 10:30 a.m., live and streaming on the website. If you haven't re-upped your membership for 2025, I'm not even going to read that. Everybody has, right? Please do that as soon as possible. We're preparing for the high holidays, and members will be receiving information through Shulcloud emails, and if you haven't re-upped, you won't get the information you need to attend high holidays. You should have received an email on Thursday asking you to update observances in the memorial book. Please let us know of any changes from last year. And then the reason I'm here, which is not only I'm up here as the youth director, but also as a board member from an organization called Tomorrow's Women. And Tomorrow's Women began, it was created by 3 visionary women in 2003 with the sole purpose of bringing young, and by which I mean like 15 to 18-year-old, Jewish, Israeli, and Palestinian women together in a safe place outside of the conflict zone. So for many, many years, because one of the founders had a beautiful property here in New Mexico, they came here. This year we partnered with an organization in Switzerland, which was actually easier to get the girls from the West Bank out to. Over the 22 years we've been in existence, we've trained over 700 young women in the principles of compassionate listening and trained them to tell their stories and go back to their communities and be leaders for change. We're currently, as I said, we did a camp for new young leaders, but we're also next month here in Santa Fe doing an alumni summit. And the event that I wanted to let you know about is on Sunday, September 14th. It'll be at the Botanic Gardens. It's an event we do every year. It's called Salam Shalom. And the young alumni will speak and tell their stories and also be available to have individual conversations. It's one of the most meaningful experiences I've had with the organization, is really getting to talk to these young women and hear what their lives are actually like, not just what we get through news media on different sides. And the bravery and strength and fortitude of these young women to come together with people from the other side and learn to listen and have empathy and understanding and then try and spread that back in their own communities. So there'll be an announcement in the e-digest, so you can click and get a ticket for there. Please tell your friends, tell everybody in town. It'll be a really lovely morning. There'll be food, there'll be the speeches, and Congregant David Berkeley will be playing the guitar, and he's always really wonderful. So Temple Beth Shalom has been a partner of Tomorrow's Women since the earliest days, and our members have been on the board, have volunteered at events, and brought countless meals to feed the young women and staff during the summers. So we hope to see you on the 14th.
What time?
10:30 in the morning. Yeah, sorry, 10:30 to 12:30
At Botanical.
at the Botanical Gardens, which should be lovely on the 14th of September, maybe even cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll begin to conclude our service, the beginning of the end. Page 321, the Adon Olam. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, Behefzer Kol, Azai Melech, Shimon Nikra, V'yacharei, Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora, V'hu Haya, V'hu Hoveh, V'hu Yiyeh B'tzifara. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, V'chefzo Kol, Adon Olam. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, V'chefzo Kol, Adon Olam. V'hu echad, v'yein sheni, L'hamshilo, l'chach bira, V'li reshit, v'li taklit, V'lo ha'oz, v'ha'misra, V'hu eli, v'hai goali, V'tzur chevli, v'yetzara, V'hu nisi, uman nosli, V'nat kosi, v'yom ekra. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, V'chefzo Kol, Adon Olam. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, V'chefzo Kol, Adon Olam. Biyado, Avkidluchi, B'Elishan, B'Aira, B'Imruchi, Giviati, Adonai li v'lo ira. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, V'chefzo Kol, Adon Olam. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, V'chefzo Kol, Adon Olam. Adon Olam, Adon Olam. Please rise. Yivarcheinu Adonai, v'yishmereinu. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav eleinu v'chuneinu. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elenu v'yasem lanu shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Please join us in the Kiddush on page 4. Vayerev vayevoker yom hashishi, vayechulu hashamayim v'aretz v'chol tziva'an, vayechal Elohim b'yom hashvi'i melachto asher asa, vayishbot b'yom hashvi'i mekol melachto asher asa, vayivorech Elohim et yom hashvi'i v'yakadesh oto, ki vo shavat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim la'asot. Savri Rabotai, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon imchilanu, zikaron l'maseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila, למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנהלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש HaShabbat.
Everybody come up, touch a challah, touch a person who's touching a challah. Just touch a person, it's okay. Come on up, community, we'll make it community. Right, so take it early so that you can pass it on to somebody different. Every good pair should be repeated.
No.
Of course, right when you found the link and sent the file, my internet went down for a couple of hours.
Perfect. I don't even know how it got on there because we tried and failed for a couple hours. I gave up, and then today I just decided to look on it to try to ask somebody else to help me, and I saw it there. I don't know what happened.
Well, sometimes what does that is if you open up the previous version, right?
That's what happened.
You don't even have to actually say, I'm working on that file.
Yeah.
You just open it up, and then when you close it, it gets updated.
Yeah, because all of a sudden there it was, and I don't know how I didn't upload it. I didn't consciously upload it. I tried and it failed. Anyway, but that was good to know. forgot about the whole whole art thing. Got here half an hour early, forgot it. Gotta do this more often, I guess.
That's why, I mean, seriously, that's why I've taken down to writing down so much stuff.
No, I could write that at the very beginning, open art, it's not that hard. You're
But
absolutely
you
right.
have to remember it to, at the end, write close arc.
Well, no, because, you have to close it, but you don't have to lock it, because he's coming tomorrow and opening it to take the Torah out. So it's not necessary to lock it necessarily. So it's just getting it open.
It's very, very strange hearing this amplifier from a totally different perspective. It's like, yeah, I couldn't tell whether I was loud or soft or what the tonality sounded like. Just
I haven't really looked at the next month, but I'm assuming the third Friday in September is when we're slated to do this again. I'm assuming, let me see. That would be September 18th.